speaker today is Andreas Vetter. He was born in Vienna and lived abroad for over 23 years in Germany and Turkey. He came back to Austria in 2017. He's married now for over 21 years and has a 15-year-old son. He is also dealing professionally with people and the further expansion of his company in the area of personal management. In 2014, he became a Toastmaster in Istanbul, where he first served as a treasurer and as president of the club as well. This club grew very fast, and now this club had to split already into two clubs, and both of them are enjoying nice growth. After returning from abroad, he's now a member at Club 551, which is the oldest one in Vienna to say. And he's also a co-founder of the Blue Danube Leaders Club, together with Martin Bechter and Mark Wenig. He's a philanthropist, and he feels committed to help his fellow human beings. And he's also became a Rotarian in Istanbul more than 6 years ago. And since he moved to Vienna, he's also now a member of the Rotarian Club in Vienna, which is also a pretty old club because the Rotary Club was founded in 1925. And he's currently a secretary at this club and not only works on projects there, but he's also helping other members in the Rotary Club to support them. And today, Andreas will talk about Rotary and what prompted him to become a member of Rotary, what he expected at this club, and what he found there. And he will also tell us about his personal maturation and development of by the people in the club. So welcome, Andreas, and the stage is yours.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. This is the clapping in Zoom. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Martin, for this wonderful introduction. I have to really be good now. So you put a lot of pressure on me. Thank you very much. Thank you for letting me talk. Thank you for letting me bring this Rotary to you. A couple of months ago, I guess there was in this Toastmasters paper, you saw on the last page, Rotary meets Toastmasters. So we said, what is Rotary? And I was invited by you guys to present this. And I want to show you my screen. You heard my introduction, so I was many years outside, and I met outside Rotary, and I met outside of the country Toastmasters, and I love both clubs. And they have some commonalities, and some things are very different, of course. Both of them are certainly friend clubs, clubs of people, like-minded people who come regularly together to share, to grow, to go on leadership issues and help themselves and help the community. I want to show you a very short video of 15 seconds. Rotary is all about people, and this was the event in 2019 in June, where actually Rotary and Toastmasters decided, let's go closer and let's do this on the club level. Let's introduce each other to each other. So who are these Rotary guys here behind the door?
With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. We are Rotary. We are people of action. Find out more at Rotary.org.
We are people of action. What kind of people? Neighbors, friends, people in your surrounding. When you listen around, you will find a Rotarian. We are 1.2 million people in 35,000 clubs worldwide. And this is a community across the globe to help yourself and help your community, have a network, basically. What we do, our cause is, in Rotary, you will find people who are established already. They are people over 30 years old. They are somehow successful in whatever they do. They have a profession, all of them, and they are good in their professions. And they come together on a weekly basis to share ideas. We have causes. We have 6 major causes in Rotary. One is the promoting peace. And the other one is saving mother and children, as you see here. I want to focus a little bit on the fighting disease because it's an up-to-date subject. Fighting disease is a subject where Rotary really, that is one of the flagships, because you know polio, and polio had 3 types of viruses, three different types. And through the World Health Organization and some other organizations, and to a big extent, Rotary's activities with vaccine and with going to the people and helping them to get rid of polio, we managed that 2 of the viruses are diminished. They are gone from this earth. And the last one, and that was pandemic, if you want to say so. And the last virus is also a polio virus, is only an epidemic, so 3 countries have it still. This is countries in Afghanistan and countries where you can hardly reach the people, but we have to vaccine every newborn child. So we speak about millions of vaccines every year to eradicate this illness. And since this was a big movement, Bill Gates with his foundation came also and jumped on that because he sees success is happening and he can help for success. So for every vaccine we spend and we donate, he puts 3 on top of it. So such movements we do in each of those causes. Where does it come from? Paul Harris was an attorney in Chicago and he founded the first club in 1905. What for? To bring together these professionals with diverse backgrounds. So in one club you see always one attorney and one electrician and one this and one that. So most probably not twice the same profession, then they would go in another club. To help this community to understand the whole world, holistic approach, so diverse background, exchange ideas, getting up to date always, and form meaningful and lifelong. They are really lifelong. We are together. We have an elderly club as well. We don't leave them alone when they are out of business and when the friends go away. Because of life expectancy, then the Rotary friend is still with the Rotary friend. It's a real lifelong friendship, which is built over years. So it's not a quick thing. It's built over years. And as you heard, it's a humanitarian issue, philanthropy. So now we are around the world and we are, as you can see here in some numbers, not only a Rotary club, we have also Rotaract, which are the 18 to 30 years old. And we have Interact, because everything starts in the youth when you are formed. And there we want to impact. And we have one of the biggest student exchange programs in the world is Rotary's and Rotaract's program. They exchange from Austria to America and to South Africa and interchanging. They go for 3 months, they go for a year, and they come back as different people. I spoke with some of them. They were excited. They said, we got such a view in this year. And they suggest everybody to go for 1 year when you are 14, 15, 16 years old and live in another country with another Rotary family. So you see, we are over 2 million people in 70,000 clubs worldwide. Here is what we do, where we are, and how many members we have there. And what we do is we spend a lot of time. So we calculated approximately 47 million hours of time to help other people who can't help themselves. And that is a value of $850 million US. But we do also donate money, give to causes, to these 6 causes. So a Rotarian can bring a project, They second it and they make a team out of a project. And every club has at least one project running. We have 6 projects running in our club. And there are side projects which are not real projects of the club, but by single members. So it's a lot of help we get through Rotary to this world in these causes. So there is a very important point for us where we say there are 4 questions we ask a Rotarian to say, yes, this is a Rotarian, or this is a project we want to do. It is it true? Is it fair? Is it in goodwill, and does it benefit the friendship, to get a better friendship and build friendship? And is it beneficial for everybody involved in a project, in this friendship? So these are tough questions to answer, but only then we want to be friends. So how do we meet? We meet once a week, every week, and there is an opportunity for Toastmasters, I tell you, because you are speakers, and Toastmasters builds very good speakers, leaders. And this is exactly what every Rotary club needs. Every week a speaker. We have every week a speaker of 25 minutes, 25 minutes. Some a bit longer, some clubs do it 15 minutes. But around that time, so that's a typical good Toastmaster speaker time. And we first meet for a lunch and speak together, exchange. Then we have the official start, introduce the speaker, celebrate birthdays and whatever awards the people got, and then go in the club meeting, the speech, Q&A, close, say goodbye, and have a nice week. I wanted to give you some impressions in between, so I brought you some pictures from my club. So there you see, there we have the meal, and we talk to each other, we eat in a very nice environment. There you see me with our president, and then the meeting starts. And you see we have very good speakers, very prominent speakers who can really, leaders who can bring us the most fresh information. So we get really upscale leaders speaking in our club. So then we start the meeting, and that was in this case for Dr. Bierlein, who gave us a 20-minute speech. She told us the story how she got this job. And that is such an insight. She wouldn't tell everybody, but there we had a very good time. We have people like this who speak about the situation at the moment in whatever field they work. So this was a recent one before we had the lockdown. He is a biologist, a very good one. Michael is a club member of ours, and he made one of the first speeches about Corona I heard was in our club, and he is a real insider. This is an architect. He is a very famous architect worldwide, and he made a speech and told us the future of how to build buildings, because we get more and more people. I made the introduction of Toastmasters. So what is Toastmasters? They were very interested, and it fits because we build leaders, both clubs. So then we celebrate, then we thank our servants, and we give. There we helped the family who lost a child, and there we helped Rotary Meets. This is a huge organization every year. There we help in Tuzla. We help to build up libraries, you see, with money and with power. So we build up the libraries. 80 schools we help to have enough books for their children. And we help them also to educate them how to use these books. So not only give books, not only also help the community to use this material in benefit of the children, of the next generation. As I spoke already about polio, so every member spends actually more than 24 euro to get the vaccine out. One injection costs, I guess, I forgot, 0.74 euros, so you can help with 24, so in so many people. There are other projects. We come together, we eat, and that may look a little bit strange. Yeah, these funny guys, they sit together, they eat, they spend for their own sake. But when we are there, we speak about the people who do not have. But just because they don't have, I don't have to not eat. I do have to eat. And I want to do it in a nice ambiente. But we do spend a lot of money, time, energy, thoughts for other people. And then when we meet, we have a charity, we donate money, and then that goes to other people. Even when we meet in a cultural setting, the idea behind it is, okay, let's have a good time, but let's think about the others. And here you can see 92. This I wanted to show you. This was this was the governor of last year, and we spoke about the donations of Rotary. 92% of the money goes to the people, and we are awarded year after year that we have the lowest cost ratio because we donate our time. We don't get a salary. We donate our, and therefore 92% of all the money we donate goes really to the people and to the project. And we are awarded as worldwide the most successful one, as the most donator of the money collected. Nowadays, of course, we are not meeting each other, so we switched to Zoom, and that works with people who are 90 years old. Can you imagine? 30 years, 90 years, we have all of them in our club. And they came to this meeting, and we set it up, and it worked. And we have had good speakers again. They are all three of our club. They showed us how is Corona crisis affecting the whole world. This is a person who has all over the world businesses running, and they are affected. And we have Michael from the Red Cross, and we have a doctor who told us what's going on. And then we have the Q&A, and then we close the meeting. And then I want to go short to wrap up. So who are our members? How can you be a member in our club? So we want people who want to give back to the community. We are not a club where we say, I need. These are all people who reached somewhere in their life, in their profession, and they are ready to give. My wife used to say, when the glass is empty or half empty, you first have to fill it yourself. So you have to look after yourself. But once it's full, it spills over. That's the way how I get my water to drink. And when it spills over, then you are right for this club. So when you have to give. And that doesn't mean always only money. Of course, it needs a certain amount of money to join the club and so on. And not everybody may be able to afford it. But you need to invest thoughts, time, energy, and maybe some voluntary works to help a school, to help an organization. So can you give? How can I become a member? This is always the hard part. And this is the big question which I had when we said we want to open up to Toastmasters. They are very like-minded, Toastmasters people and Rotarians. You have to know a Rotarian who knows you and who invites you. In the club, the benefits are tremendous. When I was coming up, I came up in Vienna, Simmering. This was a workers' district in my time. And I was in this community. And I looked always to these people who do meet and lunch in the nice hotels, in the nice restaurants. I looked always like this sucker. They stink on a very high level. Of course, if I'm rich, I can stink also. So I changed my mind when I was allowed to enter there. These people discuss about their community needs. They don't discuss about their own needs. They speak about creative projects. They connect with each other. They want to influence the influencers, and they want to be influenced by the influencers. And they want to really, honestly change the world to a better place. And we did. In the 115, 20 years we are existing now, Rotary does. We want to expand the professional network with the right people on leadership, and we want to have lifelong friends, and I can't make it more hard. I have to underline that. So what is expected from a Rotarian? To pay the dues, attend the meeting. We take this very serious. Yep, this is Rotary. Martin?
Yeah, thank you. I think we have time for 1 or 2 questions.
Yeah, thank you for this highly interesting presentation. It was really valuable for myself. I have some questions regarding to the collaboration between Rotary and Toastmasters, because you mentioned that as a Rotary you have to be invited. You mentioned Toastmasters at Rotary, so how should collaboration from your side looks like indeed? And on the other hand, you talked about the amount of people, that there should only be one passionate guy or one guy with in one club. So how many people are there at one club? Are there then still people with more expertise from one field there or not? Yeah.
Wonderful question. Thank you very much, and very valid. The collaboration first, I believe, can be on the club level. So listen around, who is a Rotarian in your area? Maybe you figure out we have such pins on our thing. Can you see the pin?
Yeah, I can see it.
So when you see a person on their jacket with such a pin, that's a Rotarian. Then you can say, hey, I see you're a Rotarian, and what are you doing? And how long are you a Rotarian? And just be interested. And the person will find you valuable, and if he sees the interest, she sees the interest, and they will certainly invite you to come along. And that's what we do. We do invite speakers, and there they can show up. You see, so they speak maybe for free because we are a voluntary club. You can show me, so you speak for free to show me yourself. Mm-hmm. And it's a wonderful, challenging environment as a Toastmasters to speak, because you know these are people of influence, and then you can try your subject. You have a subject, and a valuable subject. And this is actually the entrance for, in my opinion, for a Toastmasters. Build your speech, make one subject where you want to be known, and bring this subject to a Rotary club. Look in the internet, where is a Rotary club? And tell them, look, I'm very interested in speaking. I heard you are having speeches every week. And I just want to offer a free speech of 15, 20 minutes, however you want, on that topic, because I'm a professionist on that topic. If you don't have an opening right now, don't worry. Here is my name. Here is my telephone number. If you ever be interested in that topic and you have an opening, just give me a call. And they may. This may be a way. And to the other point, how many people, we have clubs between 30, 40 members. Most of the clubs are in this size. Our club, the RC Wien, is built in 1925. It's the oldest club in Europe, and we are therefore 130 members.
Wow.
Of course, in one meeting in our club, there are 70 people. So half of this, it's like in Toastmasters. Not every club member comes every time. We have of the active members, some of the club members are very old. So we have a high age level, average age level. Therefore, some of them cannot attend. So we try to go to them and take care of them. And especially in our club, because it's such an old club and people are in the club until the end. Therefore,
we interrupt you at this point because we are done with our time, unfortunately.
Okay.
Thank you very much for answering these questions.
And,
thank you very much for listening, being that much interested. I didn't assume that we will be so many. Thank you very much. All the best, and I hope to see you.
Thank you, Andreas. Very interesting. You changed my opinion of what I thought was Rotary. I really thought, completely opposite to what I thought it was.
Thank you very much.
We are this close.
We're this close.
We are this close
Of wanting
to making history.
This close to changing the world.
We're this close.
This close.
This close to making sure no child suffers a crippling disease.
Ever again. This close.
We are this close to ending polio.
Ending polio. All we need is you.
This close.
If we don't act now, we may lose this chance forever. Help Rotary make history at endpolionow.org.